Even with Amtrak announcing major service cuts, Missoula County Commissioner Dave Strohmaier remains convinced restoration of passenger rail service across Montana's southern route is a bold step for the state's economic future. KPAX's Dennis Bragg has the latest on this developing story.
Our world and the economy may have changed a lot in the last 3 months and will probably change more in the months to come. But Strohmaier believes restoring passenger rail service is the key to Montana's future economy. When Strohmaier first pitched the idea of forming a passenger rail authority last fall, the economy was booming, and transportation upgrades were an active discussion for local governments. Now, with the pandemic punching everything, including passenger rail traffic, conditions are quite different. Amtrak has said it will no longer make daily stops at hundreds of stations, and the frequency of runs, even the popular Empire Builder across the High Line, will be cut back. Strohmaier argues we need to look beyond the pandemic and says expanded passenger rail is a critical economic tool for recovery.
Communicating to our congressional delegation that not only should we keep service strong along the High Line by way of the Empire Builder, but a part of our economic recovery post-COVID-19 really needs to be investing strategically in our transportation system and our rail system. And we believe that a big component of that for economic recovery in southern Montana and also just providing a more equitable mode of transportation for many of our constituents means passenger rail.
To that end, Missoula County is writing a letter to Montana's congressman this week and announcing plans for a virtual rail summit in September. Commissioners also plan to introduce a resolution to form a passenger rail authority, getting other counties on board.
One of the goals when the summit was planned in April was to generate support for our initiative to establish a passenger rail authority across the southern tier of Montana. And while that's still going to be a focus of this upcoming summit, we are optimistic that in the month of July, with the help of a number of other counties along the southern tier of the state, we will establish a passenger rail authority, the Big Sky Passenger Rail Authority.
It will likely be a years-long effort. Strohmaier admits he's not patient, but he is persistent about pursuing the idea.
Much to my chagrin, we're not going to be able to go out tomorrow or next week or maybe even next year and hop on a train at the north end of Higgins Avenue, but this really does help set the stage and position ourselves here in the state of Montana to expand passenger rail service, which we've been without down here for over 40 years now.
Strohmaier says Missoula County isn't alone, and other counties are ready to sign on to the idea of a passenger rail authority. In Missoula, Dennis Bragg, MTN News.